Action! Back to black. We're like back in time, like circa a year ago. What's up, DLB Daily fam? Always comes back to black. Let's get to the intro. What's up, guys? I'm Dana Bailey. Today is a leg day. It is a glute and ham focused leg day. So you can twerk a little bit better. That's not twerking, this is twerking. Tina twerk. So let's get to it, because my face is about to melt off, because I just took some pre-workout, because we're getting it in. Oh, and if you like this video, and you want more, click the link below, or head to DalenBailey.com. We are doing the first 7 days for free, and then if you don't like me at the end of the 7 days, you can see you later, but my guess is you're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna see gains. So let's get to it. My face is on fire! Alright, so leg day, I like to warm up with a little booty band. This booty band that I'm using is from Run Everything Labs. We have them on sale right now, runeverythinglabs.com. I'm using, I think right now, this is a size medium, so I usually do a small or medium. Small is going to be super tight, a lot harder. So if you want to make it a little bit harder, get a smaller size. So I'm just picking 3 exercises. We're doing 3 rounds of each exercise in a circuit form. The reps range is 20 per exercise. So first exercise is one of my favorite. It's the lateral shuffle and squat. So you're doing a total of 20 shuffles and 20 squats. How I perform it, you don't have to do it this way. I shuffle to the left, so you go 5 reps, step left, then 5 squats. Then you step right, 5 reps, 5 squats. So 5 left, 5 squats, 5 right, 5 squats, 5 left, 5 squats, 5 right, 5 squats. Totaling 20. Say that 20 times fast. All right, next exercise, also one of my favorites. There's so many different exercises you can do with this band. You can choose any one that you want. The second one that I'm doing is a frog reverse hyper. So I keep the band on for this. If you want to even add a little more resistance, you can put a dumbbell between your feet. So you're just pushing your feet up to the sky in a frog reverse hyper. So the last one is you're holding a glute bridge. And then if you want to add a glute bridge every single rep, you can. But I'm just holding a glute bridge, and then I'm doing 20 really, really slow abductions. So a knee abduction. So you're gonna push your knees out as wide as you can and hold for a good 1 to 2 seconds. So these aren't really fast. I want you actually holding and squeezing that butt. So 3 rounds, 20 reps, each exercise. Let's get to the real stuff, where the real gains happen, where the real booties be popping. Let's go. Believe it or not, we're not going to start with squats today. We're going to start with Sumo Deadlifts. Deadlifts are one of my least favorite things to do because I am an ego lifter. I like to go really heavy, and then it hurts my back, and then I can't do anything for them. So I actually stay away from deadlifts most of the time. However, they are such, especially Sumo Stance, they are such a great butt builder. If I were doing conventional, I would do more on a back day because I feel like it's a little bit more low back. Sumo, generally, if I'm doing it correctly and I'm not going too heavy, I don't feel it in my back whatsoever. I feel it all in my butt and hamstrings, and that is the goal today. As far as your Sumo Stance, how wide you want to go, you could do more of a frog, just a little bit wider than shoulder width. I generally will go pretty wide. Toes are going to be pointed out. Biggest thing here is keeping a nice vertical shin. So that's when, like, if you're in too close, this is not a vertical shin. So vertical shin means should be straight up and straight down. Vertical. As it gets heavier, I do a 1 over, 1 under. So a little reverse grip. And then Big thing here is really pushing your hips forward at the top and focusing on that squeeze. So we're gonna take, big thing here is I don't want you focusing on how much weight you're doing. I want you really focusing on making good, solid reps. So as you come up, no rounding of the back, keep your chest nice and tall, and then you're pushing, and then when you get to the top, hips forward, and I want you to hold it up here for a second. So don't immediately drop back down. And I also don't want you to do the power lifter deadlift where you pull up and you kind of just let it drop down. I want tension on the whole part of the movement. So just like if you've ever watched me do squats, it's 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. This is gonna be the same thing for my deadlift. So it's a nice, steady, slow pull, a nice steady up, however long it takes you up, that's how long it should take you down. So if you're quicker up, I still want you a little bit slower on the down. So concentrate on the eccentric, slowing that rep on the way down. So don't go down fast. And then as you get to the top, hips forward, squeeze your butt, make an ugly butt. Ugly butts make good butts. Ugly butt, and really push your hips forward. Hold for a good 1 to 2 second count. And then it should be a 2 second back down, touch, let the bar go basically completely dead stop so you're not bouncing off the ground, especially if you have rubber plates. So we're not bouncing the weight off the ground. You're gonna come to a complete stop and then up again. After that, we're gonna go right into a goblet pulsing squat. Now I'm gonna do it on the landmine just because it's right here, but just grab, as far as weights go, you don't really need a whole lot of weight, anywhere from 20 to 50 pounds, depending on how big or how strong you are or how dead you are after that. So on here, I don't even know how much this weighs. This is just, I just love doing anything landmine. So we're gonna hold in a goblet squat. Dumbbell, same thing. You're just holding right under your chin, and we're just pulsing at the bottom. So you're gonna come to the bottom in your sumo squat. You're gonna come up halfway and then back down. So very tiny little reps, little baby pulsing reps. So you can do this for a 30-second count. So time yourself for 30 seconds, or anywhere between like 15 to 20 actual reps, probably around 20 reps. So 30 seconds or 20 reps. So as far as this goes, this is, you're working your way down in reps. So we're gonna go 12, 10, 8, 6, 6, and then 20 reps on here. So that's 5 rounds. Let's get started.
I won't regret when the sun sets, 'cause I live my life like I'm a beast. And chase my dreams. I won't regret
does the peeing, I guess. Ah! Well, guys, that's what happens when you move your gym 7 million times. So, we were gonna do Anderson squats. However, if you don't know what an Anderson squat is, they're actually really phenomenal. It's also known as a bottom-up squat. So you actually, this is why we can't do it, is because we don't have the arms. So you start from the bottom of your squat with the bar laying across the arms from a dead stop, and then you explode up, a slow eccentric on the way down, stop the bar completely, and then a bottom up squat again. We were going to do that. We tried doing it with this, but it was too much hit miss. So instead of, you gotta think on the fly. So I don't know where our arms are. It could be in one of 3 warehouses. So we are going to do my second best squat, which is more ham glute emphasis, which is a pause box squat. So we're gonna get a super low bench. I'd probably even go a little bit lower than this. So usually on my box squats, I will go below parallel because my typical full range squat is below parallel. But as long as you're about 90 degrees, you shouldn't be higher. So the way you figure out like how low you should get is when people say you have to hit 90, it means your hip needs to be in line with your knee or below. So below would be, this hip crease is below my knee joint. So this is like the perfect 90-degree box squat for me. Typically a regular bench is going to be a little bit way too high. So things you can use around the gym would just be plates, like rubber plates, stack them up. Or if you have like regular size boxes, which none of my boxes are here anymore, so this is gonna work. So bar is gonna be on your back. You can do high bar, low bar. If you want a little bit more glute emphasis, hamstring emphasis, I suggest doing a low bar. You can get a little bit deeper. It helps with the center of gravity. That's how I squat, because I can get a bigger, deeper, full range below parallel squat that way. We're gonna have the bar on our back. You're gonna have as far as feet placement, any squat variation. Again, if you wanna go wider with a little bit toes pointed out, hit glutes a little bit more. I'm gonna do just my standard usual squat, which is about shoulder width. And then you're gonna come down and we're gonna stop completely on the box. We're not gonna rock back and then rock back up. We don't want momentum. So you're literally just going to come down, stop, all momentum. So as I squat down, this is the way my back angle sits. It doesn't change. So keep tension on the whole time. I'm now at my designated spot. I'm gonna stop momentum and then explode up. The whole point of stopping and adding that little bit of pause, it helps recruit more muscle fibers. So usually on a regular squat without a bench or a pause, you get what's called is a stretch reflex. And that comes from your knee, or even if you use knee sleeves like me. So I have just my really light one, so I shouldn't get a whole lot of stretch reflex out of that. But a stretch reflex is when you come out of the bottom, your knees want you to explode back up. So we're gonna take the stretch reflex out and then really recruit that posterior part of our leg, our hamstrings and glutes, to really focus on driving us back up. So rep range is 6 reps. You're probably gonna have at least 2 warm-up sets to get to your working set range. And then if you end up anywhere, you can start counting your sets. Even if you get 8 reps for the first one, just know that, okay, for the next set, I need to add some weight. So I want you failing or close to failing around 6 reps. So 4 sets, six reps. So let's go, it's time to warm up.
Deadly like a fist from my wife. Rolling with one that? Why not me? After all the shit I've been drugged through, that's definite, no probably. What you think is the lottery? Like lacking a little bit of magic are the only things that got me from over there where I wanna be. We going big, yeah, you know the kid. Call me Haymaker. Always going big, yeah, you know the kid. Call me Haymaker. Always going big, yeah, you know the kid. Call me Haymaker. Always going big, yeah, you know the kid. Call me Haymaker. I worked my fucking ass off.
All right, moving on to my favorite little set. We're doing reverse hack good mornings with a reverse hack squat. We're actually going to start with the good mornings first to kind of pre-exhaust our hamstrings and glutes so that we do not need to add any weight when we get to the reverse hack squat. So generally I'm about even as far as like strength wise. I could maybe even do a little bit more with the good mornings, but a lot of people are reverse, that they could squat more than they can good morning. So with this, now this is the best machine ever of all time. Shout out to Arsenal Strength because they are the best, especially in the leg department, which all I use for the legs are these two machines right here. Everything else is generally a barbell or a dumbbell or something, but these two are by far the epitome of best. So with the good morning, so now if you don't have this machine, you could do the good mornings just with a barbell on your back. It will be the same exact motion. So barbell's on your back, you let your butt go back, back is flat, and you're just stretching as far as possible. So until you feel a good stretch, you don't really need to go any farther until you get the stretch. So depending on, like, I know girls can generally go a little bit further because we're a little more flexible. So guys, even if this is where your stretch is, that's fine. You just have to go until you get a good stretch. We're gonna be facing the machine and my feet are gonna be pretty much to the back. You're gonna let your butt's the first, your hip crease is the first thing that's gonna bend. So this is your hip crease, and we're gonna draw our butt back, which then will crease that hip, and then let your butt keep going, keeping it back nice and flat. Key tip here is just wherever your back is, that's where your head lines up, and that's where your eyesight lines up. So you're not looking forward when you're in this position, because I just created a little kink in my neck. It's mostly just so you don't feel like weird tension, and that's how you like pull muscles sometimes. So try to keep your back nice and flat. Wherever your spine is, you just keep your head in that position, and then to come back up, you're gonna squeeze your glutes, which when you squeeze your glutes, you can practice this. My back goes up no matter what if I squeeze my butt, and that's the motion, that's the start of the motion. So really stretch here, squeeze your butt, and then draw your hips forward and hips forward, squeeze your butt just like we did with the sumo deadlift. Then we are gonna go right into a squat. So we're gonna go 10 to 12 reps for the good mornings. So I want you feeling around the 10 to 12 rep range. So go as heavy as you possibly can for 10 to 12 reps. And then we're gonna go right into a squat. No stopping, you literally can go drop it into a squat. So with the squat, you're gonna be facing, I'm gonna perform this one just because it's easier to demonstrate. So here, instead of having your feet forward, your feet are gonna be super far back. And then again, it's gonna start with your hips. And I want you to keep your butt back the whole time. And you're pushing at an angle instead of coming straight down and straight up. This is still fine, that's just more quad work. I want you keeping your butt back and you're pushing more at an angle than pushing up and down. So we're driving that way. So push that way, push towards the opposite wall with your glutes and hamstrings. So this, again, since it's the second exercise and I don't want you changing any weight because I don't want any time in between these, I have down about 8 to 10 reps, but if you can do more, you do more. If you can't even get 8, that's fine. If you get 5 or 6, that's also good. Go until you can't do anymore, pretty much. We got a little bit left. Who made this workout? Who designed this? All right, next up, we have the next 2 exercises. There's nothing fancy to them. They're just 2 really, really good exercises. We're gonna hit your good old leg curl. If you don't have a lying leg curl, a seated leg curl is also just fine. I prefer the lying one because I feel like it's a little weird to work a muscle that you're sitting on. Just my opinion. I don't know who designed it. I just never liked it. So a lying leg curl. Only tip here that I can give you to point out is obviously don't go super heavy that your hips are coming up off the mat. This one is designed so perfectly. Some are not as designed. So shout out to Prime, my other favorite equipment designer. So Arsenal Strength and Prime pretty much make up our entire gym, so definitely go check them out. But big tip here is a lot of times when people go too heavy, they'll get this like little hole here and you shouldn't be able to see in between. So one thing I like to do is I elevate my chest so that you're not down, because for that reason you're more likely to bring your hips up off the mat. So by keeping your chest up, it's almost impossible to get your hips from leaving the pad. So elevate your chest. So I actually will have my forearms up on here. Sometimes because this one's designed well, I can still hold here, but keep my chest up off of the mat. Also lighten the weight a little bit. And then there's nothing really fancy about it. You're just curling your leg up to your butt and back down. You can change the placement of your feet. So you can have your toes pointed out, you can have your toes pointed in, you can have them straight. You can alternate each round depending, because having your toes out is gonna hit your outer glute a little bit more. Toes straight is gonna hit pretty much your entire gluteus. It's gonna hit like that middle portion. And then in is then actually gonna get that inner thigh a little bit more. So depending on what you wanna work, most of the time what I like to do is straight or toes pointed out to hit outer glutes a little bit more. So that's just my opinion. We're doing just a nice 10 to 12 solid reps, not fast. Go with like a 2-second up, a 2-second down. Mainly with bodybuilding, I do a nice steady pace. If you like to be a little more explosive on the concentric, that's fine. But the eccentric is, I think, one of the most important. So slow your reps down on the way back. So if you come up fast, squeeze, and then slow on the way back down. At least a 2-second count. And then we're gonna go over, see how you walk backwards. How about fast? All right, so now, I understand that some gyms aren't as bougie as my garage gym, which this is one of my favorite pieces of all time. It's just a vertical leg press. But if you watch any of my older videos, then you will already notice I've been doing vertical leg press when there wasn't even a vertical leg press in existence. So you can do this on a Smith machine, and then you're just pushing the Smith machine bar up. If you have a vertical leg press, then you are in luck. Again, nothing too crazy here. The reason why I like this, especially for glute and hamstring day, is all the weight is directly on you. It's straight up, straight down, so you get no break at all. This feels heavy, the full range of motion. Big thing here, and if you are doing it on a Smith machine, if you look at the side of this pad, it actually angles up. So I want your butt slightly angled up. So if you're doing it from the ground on a Smith machine, a lot of times I'll just put my hands under my butt to kind of let your tailbone like curl up a little bit. So when I sit on it, I keep my butt pretty much on this pad so that it's kind of almost like you're doing a reverse curl. So that keeps you nice and in line. And then as far as feet placement go, that's gonna determine completely up to you and which type of machine you're on. So you'll have to figure that out once you get on. My feet are kind of towards the back, and then when I come down, I let my knees kind of go outside of my body. So I let them drift out, and then I push them back in. And really squeeze your butt here at the top. So that's why I let my knees come out and then push them back together. And right here, this is where I squeeze. And my knees aren't locked out, but I'm squeezing my butt the whole time. Here, rep range is 15, 12, 10, 10. So higher reps, but something like this, you should be able to do a pretty intense amount of weight. So as the reps go down, up that weight. 4 sets, and then we got one more thing. I promise you, only one more thing. Oh, there, I have a TikTok dance for you. Do you want to learn it?
What?
A TikTok dance for you.
Does it take any consideration that my back is broken?
Yes, you can totally do it.
Right,
Hold on, now I gotta find it.
Here we go.
Where?
If it involves too much hips, I'm telling you, I just had physical therapy
you
today.
can totally do this. I just forget which album it's on. Oh, here it is. Hold on, this is it! Oh!
Very good, man. Very good, Dana. It's very good.
I felt like it was way cooler, but now I feel like I look like Tegan.
Hey!
It felt cooler a little bit ago until he did it. We've come to the final exercises. We have a Rob Bailey in here. Guest appearance. He's working his triceps right now.
Everything else hurts.
We're working our triceps of our legs.
Legceps.
Called hamstrings. So last exercises, because who does one exercise at a time? That sounds stupid. We're doing a curtsy step up. So what makes it a curtsy step up is you're going to be doing a step up opposite. So the reason we're doing that is going to develop more glute action. So instead of just stepping up this way, which would be a little bit more quad, we're going to target our hamstrings and glutes from the opposite side, especially this outer butt muscle. That's the scientific term, outer butt muscle. And the first set, honestly, you probably do it without weight because there's going to be a little bit of balance going on. A lot of times your body weight should be plenty. So make sure your foot is straight forward so you're not stepping at an angle here. This foot stays straight forward to really hit that outer glute. And then you're just stepping up. You don't have to come all the way across. So I just get to the top and then that foot comes back down. Try to put all of your weight on that front foot so you're not pushing off with that toe. So all my weight on, all my weight on my front leg and try to get minimal push off. So back down, So we're going 10 to 12 reps on each leg. So we'll do 10 to 12 on the opposite side. And then we're doing, I don't want to say I made it up, but I kind of made it up. Maybe it's been done before, but I'm calling this a half squat alternating curtsy. So we're going to stay in a half squat, and then we're going to step back in a curtsy. So this would be like a straight back. Curtsy is when you're actually curtsying. So your legs should be coming diagonal. Make sure this foot stays forward, but then we're not going to come straight up. We're going to stay in the half squat. So it's basically almost like when we do like those pulsing squats, we're staying in that bottom portion of the squat, and then we're alternating. So when we get here, half squat and then curtsy, half squat and curtsy. So back and forth, boom. And then as you can tell, this is gonna be a pretty good glute burner to finish off. So not only did we start off with the step ups, so we got our step ups on either side, and then we're gonna burn out with the exercise. I'm just gonna say I made it up because I did. I've just never seen anyone else do it. So the Dana Lynn Bailey made up exercise of all time, half squat.
I do it already.
No, you didn't.
She stole it from me.
Do one right now.
Do it right now.
I'm doing my
Do one right
triceps.
now, Rob.
Do it right now.
I don't even know what it is. I was lying. I've been caught.
The half squat alternating curtsy by Dana Lynn Bailey.
What the fuck?
Copyrighted.
Can you show me it?
Copyrighted. Half squat, curtsy. Half squat.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. When's the last time you trained legs?
I did it this morning. The last time I trained legs?
Yeah.
2 days ago. That's why I'm hurt. Literally, I trained legs 2 days ago.
Okay. Did you do the half squat curtsy?
Yeah. That's what threw my back out. You don't need to bully me. Report her account for bullying.
Jerry.
Jake and I understand. You're the combative one, Dana.
I'm over here on my phone trying to help these people out on the internet with a great workout.
Okay. Just because your test levels are through the roof.
They're 22.
See?
20.
22 feels really high.
22, and I have proof. Testosterone. Here it is. Testosterone. There it is. I just have to zoom in so you see it. Testosterone. Oh, we're 24.
Oh, liar!
24. Average female is like 30. I'm below average. Below test levels. Post-workout hair flow. It's time for a selfie. Oh my God. So, thank you guys. I don't know what's happening here, but I like it. Maybe comment below if you like the hair flow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe so you don't miss another training video from yours truly. Comment below what else you'd like to see. If you liked it, make sure to click that link below or go to DanaLynnBailey.com. Come join me. If you like this kind of training and you want to see results and you want to make muscles with me, come check out my website, DanaLynnBailey.com. That link is below. First 7 days are free, $7 a month after that. So let's get ripped together. Summertime is coming. Summertime is coming. It's only like 9 Mondays away, maybe 8 Mondays by the time this has come out. I don't even know. Look good in some bikinis. Get your bikini bob. We may or may not have a challenge coming up. Wink. So come join me, get a head start, DanaLynnBailey.com. Until next time, I'm gonna go try to walk out of here.